And we're back with more exciting adventures of the Incredible Hoax. Why am I so down, Mark? Why
I
am I
don't
so?
know. We didn't
Why am I
even
so down?
introduce ourselves.
I'm Chris.
I'm Mark.
I'm down. I'll just cut the chase.
Let's do this.
We had the NFL draft, and we all know I've expressed my feelings on the NFL. It's sucked the life out of me. And I thought maybe my beloved Titans or ex-beloved Titans would make a draft pick that would just inspire me again.
Yeah.
Who did they take in the first round?
I've totally drawn a blank. Seriously.
You don't know his name. Neither do I. That tells you something right there. But can he play in 2019, Mark?
No, we can't. No.
So did we have the draft in Nashville?
We did.
And that should be an exciting, awesome time to us to really showcase the franchise. And our number one pick should have been like something that would really inspire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Did our number one draft pick beat a woman?
Yeah, right before his freshman year in college.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he can't play in the 2019, the first season he's drafted.
No.
And he beat a woman.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, hosting the draft in our town with our first round pick. I feel the life is being even more sucked out of me after the draft. I'm not rejuvenated. I'm draining.
Titans franchise had an opportunity to have Amari Cooper, a standout
His name is
receiver.
Amari Cooper? There's another Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper.
Isn't there Amari Cooper, the guy that plays for the Cowboys?
Yeah, but wasn't he the player that the Titans had a chance to get before Dallas? The deal was they had offered to the Raiders the number one draft pick.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. I get it. I thought you meant there was a guy in the draft this year
No.
named Amari Cooper. I was like, holy shit, there's two receivers named Amari Cooper? What are the odds? All right, now I'm with you. I'm with you now.
But, all right,
go ahead.
Last season,
sorry, that's on me.
The Titans had an opportunity to upgrade their offense and give Mariota some weapons, which he needs.
For the love of God, yes.
Yes. And the Raiders were working with the Titans and said, straight up, first round pick to the, for Amari Cooper. And the owner, the management, apparently were all for it. Yeah. The owner came along and shut it down and said, no, you're not going to do that. We're not going to go in to our draft that we're, as a city, hosting and not have a first round pick. We're just not going to do it. Yeah. And so they passed on Amari Cooper. Yeah. Fast forward to late April, here comes the draft, and then they take this guy that you very depressed but accurately described as a very underwhelming defensive end, and actually defensive tackle rather. Yeah. And for a franchise that picked Albert Haynesworth in the early 2000s, you'd think we'd not want to go down this road again. Yeah. You know, these troubled players and that burn out really fast.
Hangman Jones.
And you have these projects you have to wait on forever, and it's just... if you want to make a splash, then make one. Excuse me.
Well, I in all my kidding and my shenanigans from the beginning of the show aside, I did that to prove my point, and I think I've done so. If the draft was going to reinvigorate me for 2019, for all of the absolute...
That pick didn't.
No. Yeah. And I understand they had a solid draft all around. I know that guy was going to be a top 5 or 10 pick had he remained healthy, and he could be a giant steal at 19.
Right.
Blah, 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 but it's just nothing.
Yeah. You don't get any immediate gratification out of that.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
No.
And frankly, if you're going to pass on Amari Cooper, you better get an immediate gratification player in his place. And they didn't do it.
And then I don't know if you saw on Twitter, people were making fun of Mariota because when he kicked off the draft, he goes, "Hey guys, welcome to Nashville, the draft. Okay, let's go. Bye." And that was it. That was it.
Yeah. He looked like he would have rather been anywhere but right there.
So, and that's it. That's all. That's the Titans right there. That's why the fan base is like. I mean, they do these things. They say they're going to do amazing things.
Right.
They say they have this pedigree, but I ain't seen it. Yeah. I mean, like last year, we're going to have this amazingly high-flying offense. Offense didn't do crap until we started pounding the ball with Derrick Henry. But guess what? That's the same damn offense we've had since Jeff Fisher took over the team in 1990 whatever.
Right.
6 or something.
Yeah.
So, yay. Yay, awesome. Yay.
Yay.
So exciting to be a Titans fan.
Yay.
Can't wait for the 2019 season.
Yeah, taking a player that at least a third of the draft analysts were saying was a player you could have got later on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that just doesn't make you feel good about the pick either. I mean, the rest of the draft, the rest of the rounds, they took some linebackers, got some more defensive help. So you hope that. Does feel like they were drafting to need, which doesn't excite you so much as we ate our broccoli. From rounds 2 through 7, we kind of ate our broccoli, and so we were good to eat our vegetables and everything. But you don't get yay, yummy. You just don't, and it just feels like this franchise needed a spark. And they totally whiffed on it.
So, how about your Cowboys? How'd they do? Now, they didn't have a first-round pick because they did go get Amari Cooper.
They took the deal that the Titans passed on.
And let's just say that, I know it's hindsight, but yay, good, because Amari Cooper was a beast.
Yes.
When he came over. So,
yes.
First-round pick was Amari Cooper. Yeah, that's cool. You're good. So, how about the rest of the draft? Honestly, I didn't even follow too much what they did.
The rest of their drafts, very similar to the Titans. You felt like they just kind of took best available, but it was a lot of but it was best available for players that fit our needs.
Okay.
They very much was a need draft, eventually getting a safety. And they got some cornerback help. They just kind of went through the list there. A linebacker, some defensive interior players. So they even took a defensive end, at least one. With all these players of theirs that keep going on suspension, they're all right there on the front line of their defense. So
were you happy with the draft for the Cowboys? And let me just say, my silliness aside, everything I've read about the second round forward for the Titans has been really good and positive. I just am a little bummed that was our first round pick. Hopefully 5 years from now, this made me eat my words. I hope that's right.
Well, I echo that sentiment. And the Cowboys thing, I just knew that when you don't have a first round pick, the drafts is not always they never are as interesting.
Right.
So I was really kind of looking to the Titans to really wow me, and that didn't happen. And the Cowboys just kind of were very workmanlike or whatnot. I don't think they did themselves. They didn't hurt themselves on draft day, and so for that I'm thankful. They even picked up a center/guard, which will help give us some depth there, needed depth on offensive line. So I'm happy with it. I'm good with it. Just wasn't very exciting.
Yeah. I just want to say, we don't really cover the other teams too much. In all honesty, I don't even follow what the other teams do, to be completely blunt about it. But I have to at least mention the Cardinals taking the Oklahoma kid from
Kyler Murray.
And then with this really unproven coach coming from Tech,
right.
Kingsbury, however you say his name, and getting rid of their number one pick from last year to Miami. So Arizona, they put a lot of chips on the table there, man. Unproven coach. And I looked at Kyler Murray. He's like 5'10" or something like that.
Yeah, he's a smaller guy.
Small dude.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see what Arizona does with this. That's a team I'll be kind of putting a little pin in and watching. I'm curious to see. And the reason I say that is it one of those situations where it's so crazy it just might work? Because I feel like it might be. You know, I have no loyalty or love for the Cardinals, but maybe it will be hey, this is so crazy it just might work. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's just bizarre to see Josh Rosen, that player. It does feel like they just gave up on him. You know, after just one season, the new organization came in, new coaching staff, and told her like he doesn't really fit anything we're about. You know, and they sold their ownership on the idea of why don't we just ship him off.
Yeah.
Let's just start over fresh. They bought into that. That's very rare in these salary cap era days. Yeah. What I'll be interested watching going forward is if they are successful, how many teams are going to start doing this, giving up on number one draft picks at the quarterback position after only just 1 or 2 seasons? Because traditionally, for the 25 years at least, teams stay with that player all the way through their 4-year contract.
Yeah.
Then they'll cut them or whatever if they're a bust, you know.
All right. Well, our battery is about to die on this deal. So we covered the Titans, we covered the Cowboys, and we covered the number 1 pick. So, adieu.